Hey guys, welcome to the 8th episode of the Kick Out at 2 podcast. I, as always, am the Wilk man, Christopher Wilkins, here with Righteous Jesse Butler.
Hey guys, you're in for a treat today.
Yeah, we're not going to talk a lot on the intro, but because we've got kind of a long one today, we actually have two interviews, a quick interview with JP Jeremiah Plunkett again, to plug the Tried and True Pro Wrestling on December 19th. In Clarksville.
Which will be awesome. Stacked lineup. You'll hear all about it in a little bit.
Yeah, and we will be there, so if you want to meet us, come look out for us. We haven't really talked about that, but we're nice people.
Yeah. Approachable.
We also have Nick Iggy from Team IOU. We had Carrie on the first episode, the first month. The second month, 8 episodes in, we've got him, the end of the second month.
The man with a Twitter handle so complicated, he doesn't even know it.
Yes, and we get into that. This one gets a little wild, so if anyone gets offended by anything we say, we were just joking. We don't mean anything. I don't think we said anything really all that bad, but if anybody's offended in terms of religion stuff, it was all just jokes and funs and games.
Yeah, I guess listener discretion advised.
Yeah, I wouldn't. NSFW for sure.
Oh yeah.
So
headphones in at work.
But so we will talk about more on the next episode about kind of the weekend wrestling and stuff, which we will be recording. We're recording this December 1st, which is a Tuesday. We'll talk about Raw and NXT when we record on Sunday. December, whatever,
May have some special guests on that episode. We're still currently hammering out all the details for that one.
Yeah, but we'll talk more about this week in wrestling on episode 9. This one's going to be mostly interview content,
shenanigans.
But we did, as always, want to plug What a Maneuver.
Always
at WA Maneuver on Twitter and Instagram, whatamaneuver.net. He's got a lot of really awesome shirts.
He's put up a bunch of new designs.
The new Go to Sleep H2O logo, the Moonsault Morton Salt shirt,
the Figure 4 black flag rip.
Yes, and what was the other one?
And if you're too punk to appreciate a black flag rip, fuck you.
Yeah. Oh, the Suplex Supreme logo. So check them out. They're really nice. He's an unofficial third member of the podcast.
Love him to death.
We also...
The only man so far that fully appreciates my N64 live joke. So
I giggled at it, especially when I listened back to the podcast.
It's a great joke, man.
And I study comedy, so I should know. Let's see. We want to plug again my buddy, his guitar pedal, Iron S USA. .storenv.com, or you can follow him at Iron S USA on Instagram. I don't believe he has a Twitter.
I don't think I saw Twitter.
But I believe there's a Facebook page that you can look up for it, I think.
Beautiful pedal.
Beautiful pedal. It's called the Woodsman.
Want to shout out Section 125. They're doing, you'll hear later, the after party for Tried and True Pro Wrestling. Mm-hmm. There's also going to be a toy drive there. The date escapes me, but they're doing a toy drive up there for the needy children for Christmas. So we'll definitely talk more about that on the next episode. Get the details out for you, but just keep an eye open for that. Donate to your local charities for stuff like that. It's always awesome.
Mm-hmm. They're a sports bar in downtown Clarksville, and there's been nothing but good things said about it. I don't go to bars usually because I don't drink or anything, but I'm still, if that's your thing. This is one of the better ones to go to, and I believe every weekend they have a live cover band and stuff like that, so it's awesome. Always fun. So last week we announced that we were going to announce a contest where we want you to defile Hulk Hogan merchandise, action figures or whatever, with videos and pictures. So the official rules for the contest, if you want to go over them, Jesse, are as follow.
All right, so the contest rules. First off, you have to be following at KOAT Podcast. Mm-hmm. Second, go ahead and upload your picture or video of you defiling this merchandise.
And remember, nothing illegal if you're,
And no genitals.
No genitals, nothing that'll get you in trouble on the internet for being, under a certain age or something like
or
that.
Just a gross human
Or
being.
just being gross. Yeah, we don't want to see you doing anything, rude or like hateful to animals with it or something like that. Nothing. We aren't cool with that kind of shit around here. Wanted to make that clear before anybody went too crazy.
Be a reasonable human being. Be funny, but don't be a jackass with it.
Yeah.
And I know we're opening up the floodgates. So just to recap, follow KOAT at KOAT Podcast on Twitter. Post your picture or video of you just trashing the Hulk Hogan merchandise, and then use the hashtag Hogan Fears KOAT. Those are the only 3 rules. Not hard to follow. Follow the podcast at KOAT Podcast on Twitter. Post your picture or video of you just royally fucking up this Hulk Hogan merchandise, and hashtag Hogan Fears KOAT.
And we will pick our favorite at the beginning of January. It'll be after Christmas. The first show in January, we'll pick our favorite. So you've got a couple weeks to do this. And the winner, we will purchase a T-shirt from What a Maneuver. I almost said What a Maneuver. What a Maneuver for you.
I feel like we should spice this contest up. We're not the only 2 people here. I feel like we should include Lane and Brittany's opinions on this.
Okay, yeah. So the producers will also help us pick, so it's not just on us. So we're gonna take a poll over which one we like the best, and that person will win a What a Maneuver T-shirt bought by us personally and sent to you. So remember to follow at KOAT Podcast, put the photo or video up, and then hashtag Hogan Fears KOAT.
And then after we select our winner, we'll slide in your DMs and we'll get all your info, and we'll find out which shirt you want, your size, and we will have that out to you ASAP.
Mm-hmm. And with that, we're going to go ahead. We'll have our interview with Jeremiah Plunkett, and then the most insane interview we've had so far.
Personally, my favorite.
With Nick Iggy of Team IOU, the Down South Dandy. All right. Thanks, guys.
See ya.
Hey, guys. We're back on the Kick Out at 2 podcast with our old buddy JP, Jeremiah Plunkett. How you doing?
I'm doing great, guys. How are you guys?
Good.
Doing excellent. We got a little twofer for everyone today.
Yeah. Got 2 interviews on this one.
2/3 of the
From what I
Tennessee
hear, I hope I can top the last one.
In some people's eyes, you might be better. Just depending on certain beliefs, but
I don't know which order we're going to play the 2 in, but we may need to use you as a lead-in to
yeah
to take what's going to come from Nick Iggy.
Pun intended.
Fans, if they play me first, get ready.
After us talking to Nick, that I don't even know where to start.
Our brains are fried.
Like I told you off air, I'm pretty sure we just blacked out for an hour.
Yeah.
Phenomenal. I've had some blackouts that lasted longer than an hour.
From stiff shots to the head in wrestling, right? Nothing else.
I mean, maybe there might be some alcohol. I'm not sure.
He blacked out.
Yeah, he doesn't remember.
So December 19th, correct?
December 19th, yes, sir. Tried and True Pro Wrestling.
That's in Clarksville at the Wilma Rudolph Center. Is that right?
Yeah, Wilma Rudolph Event Center. Yes, sir.
All right.
Huge show. If it's anything like the last one.
Yeah, we're very excited about it. We're both going to be there
Yep.
at this one. The podcast will be at the show. Hopefully getting to talk to some people beforehand.
Oh, fantastic. Hell yeah.
That'd be awesome. So I've seen a couple of matches announced so far. I think a third one just got announced, correct?
Yeah, the one that just got announced was Chase Stevens, the Natural, former NWA World Tag Team Champion, versus Sean Schultz.
All right.
And
was it a six-pack challenge that was announced also?
Yeah, it's a six-pack challenge. Yeah, if I'm correct, a six-pack challenge is sort of like a scramble match in ROH. No tags needed. 2 guys in the ring. If a guy rolls out, lucha rules. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's a mixture of mostly high flyers, but they've got this X factor in there with Josephus Brody thrown in with a whole bunch of high flyers. So that should be interesting.
Yeah, I'm excited for that one. And then you're wrestling Crazy Steve, correct?
I am Crazy Steve from TNA, the Menagerie.
And I hope you knock the extra Z off of his name because it drives the. Oh, it bothers me physically to look at.
Well, I'm more worried about the clown. I'm not the biggest fan of clowns, so this will definitely be interesting.
Yeah.
I think it scarred me as a kid. So
I think it scarred a lot of people as a kid, to be honest, though. So I don't think you're in the minority on that one.
It scared me as a child, but I love Killer Clowns from Outer Space. I don't know what kind of sense that makes.
That movie's hilarious.
That movie's great.
There are also 2 more matches announced, right?
Yes, sir. Let's see. Bram and Crimson is going to be a thing. And then let's see. We've got the I'm going to call him the American Psycho, but we're not going to copyright that. Samuel Shaw is taking on Sergeant Chris Melendez.
That'll be good.
Yeah, that'll be awesome.
That's a stacked card so far, and that's not even all the matches announced.
Yeah, they haven't announced all the matches. There's a lot of TNA talent that's on this card. Let's see, like I already mentioned, Chase Stevens, former TNA talent, Crazy Steve, Bram, Sam Shaw. We got Crimson, Sergeant Chris Melendez. We got Madison Rain, and then the guys who aren't TNA contracted, have done work for TNA, WWE, ROH. They've been all over the world. So I mean, it's going to be one of the biggest cards in this area.
And do you happen to remember what the draw was last time?
I don't have an exact number. I know we topped 700.
Wow.
Yeah, and this is going to be.
Yeah, it was packed. We were out of chairs and there was standing room. We're going to have to try to do our best to have more chairs this time. We've already done pretty good on the pre-sale. So we hope to really do better this time.
Yeah, I'm really excited because I'm from that area, so having professional wrestling in Clarksville, which I think there's a great market for it.
Yeah.
Because people want stuff to do, especially with there being military there and families everywhere. You want to go see something, and there's not really a lot to offer in town always from that. So having professional wrestling in Clarksville, Tennessee is a really great thing. Especially being a wrestling fan like I am.
Yeah, Tried and True Pro Wrestling, they always partner with the armed forces there, with the Army base. Last event we had, myself, Ali Shabazz, and Crimson went up to the Army base, did a personal appearance, signed autograph, gave away free ticket.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
We always offer discounts for military ID. General admission on the show is $15, but military ID gets in for $10.
And I believe, I don't know about last time, I believe I saw something about the Section 125 bar in downtown Clarksville is doing an after the event show with after party.
Yeah, they're still after party, yes sir.
And
Section 125.
Yeah, we actually know some of those guys. We've been at their houses. I brought a lot of Cheetos one time to a birthday party at the owner's house, which is another story. But so that's cool that they're helping promote the show and going to do the after party for it.
Didn't I see something about a day before a concert?
I haven't been made aware of that. That's entirely possible, and I may have missed it. I haven't been made aware of that, but it's very possible.
I'll read up on that.
Yeah, I didn't hear anything about that, but
there's a lot going on with this, though.
Yeah, we're really excited.
That's the bottom line. If nothing else, you get a great stacked wrestling show and an after party, and I've heard nothing but great things about Section 125. So,
and another good thing about it will come right after the area's schools are let out for Christmas. So if anybody's listening to this and you have kids and you're like, what am I going to do the weekend before? I mean, school's going to be out, so you can stay out and have fun and enjoy yourselves. You get to see wrestling, get to, have a good time before you have to stress about getting to families' houses and getting into the stressful part of the Christmas spirit and holiday. And wrestling around Christmas time is always fun anyways. Right.
Yeah, it's always been a pretty big thing here in the Middle Tennessee area. They always usually do like Toys for Tots benefits, and now we have Tried and True doing their show, which will be awesome. What's the best way for people to keep up with everything going on with Tried and True? Maybe they can see some matches get announced on the internet. What's the best way to keep up with that?
Well, there's a tried and true Facebook page, and it's facebook.com/tried-n, the letter N, True Pro Wrestling. They're also on Twitter at tried, letter N, True Pro. And we have a website up, tried, letter N, again, truepro.com. And you had mentioned the Toys for Tots and whatnot. I don't have the official details, but I know that we're going to be doing something with children's toy giveaways for around Christmas time.
Awesome.
Rumors going around of Santa make an appearance. It will be a big deal for the whole family to attend.
Well, I'll tell you what. Even though it's not been made official yet, we'll definitely show up with at least a few gifts to donate. Because Christmas is awesome, and hearing kids, especially kids, going without, especially around this time, really sucks. So, at my shoot job, we're actually doing like a sponsor an angel, and I just went and got clothes for 2 kids today. So anything to help out would be great, and we encourage if you're going, even though it hasn't been made official, bring something for the kids in need. Whether it be clothes or toys. And even if Tried and True ends up not doing anything, we'll make sure it gets donated.
Yeah, we'll donate. And you can bring kids wrestling toys.
Yeah.
And just, make it all-around wrestling event.
So Tried and True, December 19th. Tried and True, at Tried and True Pro on Twitter. I know we retweet a lot of the stuff that they tweet just to kind of get the word out, even though our following isn't as broad as theirs. But, every little bit helps. What about, we covered this before when you were on the show. What about, where can the people keep up with you?
I'm available on Facebook as well, facebook.com/Jeremiah Plunkett Wrestling. And then I'm also on Twitter at Plunkitis. And I try to keep my schedule updated. Anytime I get something new, I try to go ahead and throw it up and add it.
And just so the people know, where are you going to be coming up in the near future?
Well, as the year winds down, I'm relatively busy until the new year. Let's see, like this Friday night, I'll be at my home promotion there in Tullahoma, Tennessee. Let's see, this Saturday, December 5th, I'll be at Top Rope Wrestling in Lebanon, Tennessee, taking on the Rocky Top Rocker, Jerry Sampson. December 6th, I'll be at GPW in Crossville, Tennessee, wrestling Toby Farley.
That's Glory Pro Wrestling, correct?
Yes, Glory Pro Wrestling. Yes, sir. Got some more SWF, of course. December 12th, I'll be at Tennessee All Pro Wrestling, wrestling Gregory McDaniel. He's their Southern champion. Of course, December 19th, I'm at TNA taking on Crazy Steve. And New Year's Eve, I'll make my return after many, many, many months at All-Star Wrestling in Lewisburg, Tennessee. And then it's on till 2016.
Nice. Yeah, so, you're pretty busy over Thanksgiving. I know.
Yeah. This past loop has been a real killer.
Yeah, I was seeing all the stuff come up on the internet where you were just counting down which show you were at.
Oh man, it was. I think the final from home to home mileage count was 686 miles.
Wow.
And 1,600. I'm sorry, 1,686 miles.
Wow. Golly, that's even worse.
And where all did you hit on this loop?
Thursday night, I was in Tullahoma, Tennessee for SWF. Mm-hmm. Then I went through Clarksville, scooped up my riding partner, Toby Farley, for the weekend. Then we head up Classic Championship Wrestling in Lebanon, Pennsylvania. And I just want to give them a shout-out, man. They treated us fantastically. That show is amazing. The crowd I can only describe as an ECW crowd. Classic Championship Wrestling, which you wouldn't think by the name, is their whole motto is "Fuck Family Entertainment."
God.
Yeah, so I had a blast being able to kind of take the idol off, take the governor off, and just roll.
Nice.
Say whatever I wanted, do whatever I wanted. It was fun. And then Rob Knox treated me and Toby very well. And then it was to Memphis, Indiana, the next night, that Saturday, for Furious Wrestling Society. in which Toby wrestled a guy named Andrew Hunter. I wrestled a guy named Simon Says, and then it was straight on through the night to home, for which I crashed and slept almost the entire Sunday.
Man,
Golly.
you made your rounds on that one.
I did. That's probably one of the longest loot driving I've ever done.
How long was that drive to Pennsylvania?
From Crossville, because it was an hour and a half from Coahoma to Crossville, and then it was right at 10 hours to Lebanon, Pennsylvania.
Golly.
A true road warrior, Jeremiah Plunkett.
Mm-hmm.
I hate being in the car, but I love being on the road. And that makes no sense, but it does.
I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Because I'm the same way.
Did you drive most of that?
I mean, Toby alternated.
Okay.
Well, that's good at least. Yeah.
Yeah. Normally I'm in with at least two guys with IOU. So normally I get a little bit more time off the steering wheel, but me and Toby split it pretty even.
Right.
That's good.
I've been meaning to ask you. We've been talking a little bit more since you were on the podcast, but I haven't remembered to ask you this. How'd that Snapchat shout out work? That get you any Snapchat followers?
I've had some more people add me. I haven't got many of the good, but I've had some more people add me. If you want to follow me on Snapchat at Funkalicious86. And again, disclaimer: I will screenshot.
Oh man, that's gold.
I think that's where we need to stop this one before we get any worse. Especially having to lead into Nick Iggy.
Before we do go, where can the people find your merchandise?
Merchandise can be found either on my gimmick table if you see me live, or at ProWrestlingTees.com/Untouchables.
Excellent, and we definitely do recommend you catching Team IOU, Jeremiah Plunkett, Toby Farley, really any live wrestling you can get to, because really that's the best way to see wrestling is live. It's the most fun, it's the most interactive, and then chances are you get to meet guys like Jeremiah, Nick, all the guys you can catch. It's really just the best way to catch wrestling.
And we're
after the interview, if they meet Nick, they may hit him.
Yeah,
that might happen.
Nick may be a permanent heel now.
But yeah, we're excited we got to talk to you again. We're excited to see you in about 3 weeks.
One of these days, we're going to get all three of the Tennessee Chain Gang on the podcast at the same time.
Oh man, that's a lot of carnies in one room.
That is.
All right, man. Well, it's been fun talking to you. We'll catch you on here again for sure, because it's always good to have you on here.
Oh man, I appreciate it, guys. Please come out December 19th. And just real quick, want to thank our sponsors who's helping Tried and True Pro Wrestling to put on this huge event. We're sponsored by Grumpy Bales Bonds and Budweiser. So you come to the show and drink a beer. How about Budweiser? And if you get arrested, call Grumpy's.
Exactly. But hopefully you don't get arrested.
Yeah,
but if you do, you
don't drive drunk.
Yeah. No, hopefully you don't. I hope Leah doesn't have to do any work. But if you get arrested, call Grumpy's.
Excellent, brother. Right. Well, we appreciate your time. We'll see you on the 19th for sure. If I don't catch you before, you have a great rest of the night, man.
All right, buddy. Take care, guys.
We'll see you.
See you, buddy.
Hey, guys. We're back on the Kick Out at 2 podcast. We got a special guest today. The other half of the Team IOU.
He's known now as the Down South Dandy, Nick Iggy. Nick, how you doing?
I'm doing fantastic, boys. How are you?
Doing great.
Doing all right.
Better now that you're here.
You guys are too kind. You called me a special guest, though. Am I that special?
Well, just because you've had heat on here for your Twitter handle and how hard it is to remember, and we've talked about that on a few episodes whenever somebody plugs their Twitter, so that's why it's special.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
So you're never not thought about, at least.
Think about me. I think about me 24/7. Is that weird?
No, not at all.
No, you're a wrestler.
Oh, yeah, that's very true.
I mean, you got to get over somewhere.
Think about me.
All right, so we have a nice bit of ground to cover with you. First off, how long have you been wrestling, Nick?
25 years.
God damn it. You already broke me.
So feel lucky about that.
See, this is why
No,
he and I haven't met in person, because if we did, there would be a big problem between the way already with that and just the way I act. Nothing would ever get done. Nothing's going to get done on this podcast.
This is going to be the best podcast we've ever done, hands down.
So I'll try to answer the question. 5 years. I've been wrestling roughly 5 years right now.
Okay.
A little over 5 years, actually.
Professionally 5 years, with yourself 25 years.
Exactly.
Wait, I'm older than you?
Yeah, I guess so.
Weird.
I assume that everyone's older than me.
Yeah, I assume everyone's older than me.
Yeah, I hate being like, oh, I'm younger. Like when people are like, oh, I'm 18. I'm like, I hate you. Kill yourself, so I'm the youngest. I don't want anyone to kill themselves. That's terrible.
You can say stuff. You don't have to apologize for that.
I'm a terrible human being. So
last week I said that they should have put Reed Flair in the casket with Katie Vick on the Raw segment. So.
Oh.
So we're
that is rich.
Yeah, I was actually at Raw right when they did the Katie Vick stuff. When he
Me too.
When Triple H was in like the
in the cane mask and got in the casket. That was in Nashville, yeah.
Yeah, that segment was in Nashville, wasn't it? And then at the end of it, they did something with a car where they got in the trunk of it, and Triple H popped out of the trunk too early, or something.
It got weird.
Yeah, that was weird. And they announced the Elimination Chamber, or the announcement of the announcement of it. I remember
the announcement of the announcement.
I
think
that was a good time.
Yeah,
I think around that time was when I really kind of just stopped watching a lot, and I now pay for it every day because I miss out on things like this. My dad caught a Jericho shirt out of one back when they would shoot the T-shirt cannons at that one.
Oh, yeah.
He shot it, and there was a kid in front of me that stood up on his chair and tried to get it, and my dad grabbed it, and it bounced out of my dad's hand and started to fall into the kid's hand, and my dad popped it back up and grabbed it.
I would have punched the kid right in the back of the head. Said, "No, little boy."
We went to SmackDown one time, and I'm pretty sure I was 18 years old at this point, but he just came with us and some guy had a sign in front of us, and it kept getting in the way, and my friend was annoyed by it, and my dad just tapped him and he goes, "Put your sign down," and they never picked their sign back up the rest of the time.
Jesus, your dad's a man too.
Yeah, my dad's a man.
Is he intimidating?
Yeah. He's super nice, but he just looks like like he would whoop your ass.
Serial killer is what you're trying to say.
Yeah, kind of like a country killer. But then you start talking to him, and he'll talk to you about tractors and anything really for 3 hours.
He's a real villain, is what you're telling me.
He's not.
I know nothing. I don't want to talk about tractors at all. I'd be so bored in that conversation.
Well, he rebuilds them and collects the classic ones, so it's nice. It's like a classic car collector or something.
A classic
people collect tractors?
Yeah, Massey
but tractors
Ferguson.
Huge.
Yeah, he's had people give him tractors, free tractors. When does that happen? 1940s tractors, just free.
Here you are. Well, who really wants a tractor? They're get rid of this. Take it off my hands. I don't need it.
He's in a tractor club. It goes deep. But then,
a tractor club?
Yeah, man, they get together. They have, tractor, races where they have to start them up faster and stuff. It's very serious business.
I thought that Kenny Chesney song was a joke, but,
No.
There's a whole group of people that are really into it.
Well, the Kenny Chesney song is a joke, but tractors are real. That needs to be the next Team IOU shirt. Team IOU, tractors are real.
I love it.
So wrestling in 5 years. We're gonna get.
I don't know how I'm gonna get in the building, but I'll make it out there.
If Steve Austin can do it with a Zamboni and Kurt Angle can do it with a milk truck, I'm sure Nick Iggy can do it with a fucking tractor.
Yeah. Oh, and to be fair, my dad has amidst his tractor figures, he also has the Stone Cold in the jean shorts holding the toy beer cans figures standing up there next to him.
Oh wait, so you're talking little tractors?
No, he's real tractors, but he's got memorabilia too. My dad's a welder and a blacksmith and general handyman, so he just likes putting stuff together and collecting stuff.
Follow me.
So he's a modern day Ron Swanson.
Yeah, pretty much.
Nick, I need you to follow me down this dark and twisted path I just came up with. And I'm sorry if Carrie ever listens to this, but I'm going to give you $1 million idea. Okay, you ready?
I'm so ready.
You're going straight to the Fed with this. You're going to be the next heavyweight champion. You're going to be the redneck Alberto Del Rio when he came out in all the cars. We're going to get you all of Chris's dad's tractors.
Please.
Yes.
What's my Fed name?
I'll have to get back to you on that one, but...
Man, we got to think of something good.
Yeah.
Like, I got nothing.
Nothing
Oh, can my last name be Tractor, but it's spelled with a K? Because that's real edgy.
Yeah, that's true.
Like T-R-A-K-O-R or T-O-R.
It makes me want to Google right now and see what wrestler does that and how bad his tights are.
I feel like John would be the obvious answer here. John Tractor.
John Tractor.
Yes. Well, I'm going to be like, it's Tractor, but I'm going to tear you apart.
Dude,
terrible.
Dear John Tractor is the rest. That's got to be something.
Well, no, I'm the real John Tractor. No one's going to mess with my tractors because you're going to get torn.
Oh, my God.
I'm going to track you down.
Welcome to the tractor pull.
Oh, gosh. This is terrible. I hate it. I hope no one listens to this part. They just skip 10 minutes ahead and start right here. Hey, I'm Nick Iggy. What's up?
So wrestling 5 years.
I love tractors. I'm a tractor guy now.
Dude, some of them are really pretty. Like paint jobs on them is like somebody having a classic car. It's like that classic American workmanship, but to plow fields.
I'm gonna be honest. This is the last thing I thought I'd be talking about on here. Tractors.
Look, any conversation with me is going to end up like this. I talked to my friend on Xbox Live one time for 3.5 hours about 90s McDonald's toys and obscure cartoons. So, I mean...
Did you happen to listen to the Jeremiah Plunkett episode?
Not yet. Getting there.
Okay, all right. You got to play catch up. There's definitely a dead peacock story in there. So...
Oh.
We cover a wide variety of topics here. It's not just wrestling.
Yeah,
No, that's good. I like that because it's the same old questions, and it's like I like adding you can ask the same questions, but when you're sprinkling interesting things in there, I like those podcasts.
Yeah. So which Power Ranger was your favorite, or were you done?
The red one.
The red one?
I don't know his name. I just remember watching him, and I was like a kid. I was like, oh, I like the red one.
Oh yeah, well
he's red.
You're a couple years younger, so I guess that would make the he caught the tail end of it, kind of.
Jason was the only Red Ranger.
Well, there's Rocky. I like Rocky better.
Jason was the only Red Ranger to me.
No, I remember Jason. I don't remember a Rocky.
Okay.
Rocky was the one that took over later.
Whenever I think of Rocky, I think of Rocky Loves Emily from Three Ninjas.
Whenever I think of Three Ninjas, all I think about is the diarrhea scene.
Or how Hulk Hogan fucking ruined the franchise.
Dude, it was ruined before Hulk Hogan. There were a couple movies. The one where they saved the Native Americans was awesome, but there was one in between there that wasn't any good.
I really don't remember anything about the Three Ninjas. I haven't watched it since I was a kid, and I don't remember a thing.
I only remember certain things. Did you watch Surf Ninjas? Because that movie was amazing.
Yes, it was.
No. I watched Johnny Tsunami.
That's a good movie, too.
I'll give you that one. Did you watch Brink?
Oh, hell yeah.
Brink is the best Disney Channel original movie ever made.
Yeah.
Have you watched it recently?
Yes, it holds up.
Man, you know what doesn't hold up? The Big Green.
What? The Big Green is so good. I love that movie. Me and
my brother tried watching it a few months ago. We got 15 minutes in and shut it off.
God, yeah, that's because you didn't go far enough. It does start a little slow.
I was more of a Ladybugs kind of guy myself.
Oh, that's a good movie too.
With Rodney Dangerfield.
That kid killed himself.
Wait, what?
The kid from Ladybugs? Yep.
Really?
Killed himself.
Wow.
Yeah. Or overdosed.
Same thing.
Or overdosed on purpose.
That's killing yourself.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure those are pretty interchangeable.
Yeah. I mean, technically you did kill yourself if you overdosed, but if it was an accident, it wasn't an intentional suicide. It wasn't.
But if you did it on purpose.
Yeah. It wasn't intentional self-annihilation. R.I.P. Mike Awesome.
Oh.
I'm learning so much today.
So, man, I'm sad you don't like The Big Green because that and Mighty Ducks are my favorite sports movies.
But that same fat redhead kid is in both of them.
Yeah. He's in the first Mighty Ducks, yeah. Wasn't he?
Wait.
Or no. No, he wasn't in the first Mighty Ducks.
He was in Sandlot, wasn't he?
He's in the Sandlot,
Yeah.
but he's not in the Mighty. Who am I thinking? I'm thinking of the grown man that gets hit in the nuts when he tries to grab the like he puts his hand in the dog poo or whatever. In the dog poo wallet. Mighty Ducks is an incredible movie.
I need to go back and watch them all. I've been meaning to buy them all.
Just watch the first
Wait,
two.
guys. That fat redheaded kid, he was in Heavyweights, too. Tell me you love Heavyweights.
No,
Heavyweights is one of the best movies ever made.
Is the best.
Thank you. I just need to reassure that we're all friends here based on that one question.
Yeah, Judd Apatow helped
Okay.
write that movie, and then he made The 40-Year-Old Virgin.
Dude, that dude's a genius.
He is.
Do you know, are you hating on the 40-year-old virgin?
No, I'm just saying he went from Heavyweights to 40-Year-Old Virgin. That's a hell of a career.
Yeah, he's saying it didn't skip a
Right.
beat.
No. I like all of Apatow's movies. Funny People was actually my favorite one, and most people don't care for that movie.
I liked it, but I wouldn't rank it as my favorite.
I really enjoyed it. It's just long, but
Yeah, all his movies are.
yeah, he doesn't know how to edit a movie in terms of cutting it down. Because that Trainwreck was long, which brings us
So
back
long,
to
but so
wrestling.
good.
Because John Cena was in that movie. See, it's
Oh,
all
yeah.
cyclical. He'd come back around.
John Cena
There's
does movies.
the wrestling.
Yep.
Sprinkle it in.
That's all you got to do. Sprinkle in the wrestling and then talk about whatever you feel like talking about.
Yeah, it was like naked John Cena, and I'm like, it felt weird. It was like seeing someone you know. I don't know him, but it's like seeing someone you know. You're like, oh, I know that guy. Oh, he's naked.
Yeah.
Kind of weird.
Yeah. I can believe. Yeah. I know what you mean.
I never saw the movie.
You need to see it. It's pretty funny. It's on
No,
DVD.
get
Catch
on
it
it.
Redbox. You can get it.
Okay.
Let's talk about the fact that wrestlers are always low-key in movies. Like, you don't... Like, think about the times a wrestler's in a movie and how it's never announced unless it's The Rock.
Dude, the Chaperone with Hunter Hearst Helmsley.
We're not talking about WWE films. Although,
Oh, man.
I want to watch that 12 rounds 2 or 3, whichever one it is, with Dean Ambrose. I feel like
I haven't.
I feel like he's the only wrestler on the roster right now that could probably actually act
I
in
feel
an
like
action movie.
he better have like a Gatling gun and like chain smoking cigars, because that's how I picture Dean Ambrose in action movies.
Yeah. I feel like he's just fucking gross in real
Yeah.
life. But, like, you
Yeah.
still hang out with him.
I feel like he's always hungover.
Yeah. Always hungover.
I
Like,
want to see it. I'm going to watch that. He is hungover all the time, but I'm not even mad at that. Like, I'm like, congrats, bud.
How do you live like
I wish
that?
I could do that.
like, fucking, what movies were wrestlers? Like, Bam Bam Bigelow's in Major Pain.
Jingle All the Way.
Jingle All the Way has Big
Yeah.
Show.
Big Show was also in The Waterboy.
Mm-hmm. Captain Insano.
Um,
Undertaker was in Suburban Commando, which is the only good thing Hulk Hogan ever did. It's the best movie. Christopher Lloyd and Hulk Hogan, and he's an alien.
all right, Nick. Let's get down to brass tacks here.
What about Piper, though?
Piper's like the second most successful wrestler in a movie because he actually tried to act.
We'll get down to brass tacks in a second.
I'm sorry. Yes.
Piper was in
This
this
is your podcast, guys. You lead it.
Piper was in this god awful movie called Pro Wrestlers vs. Zombies, and I mean that in the most endearing way possible. That movie was fucking awful, but amazing at the same time. It's really one of those campy cult classics. I doubt either one of you have seen
I
it.
haven't watched it yet. I've seen the
I
trailer.
haven't, but our buddy Nick Manawa, who's like big with IWA Mid South and like does a lot of commentary with them, he live tweeted that once, and it was
What?
the funniest thing. Without watching the movie, I don't know anything about it. Like I haven't seen it, but he was just live tweeting it, and it was the funniest thing I've read on Twitter.
Dude, I've only interacted with Nick on the internet, and I feel like we would be great friends, especially now that I know that somebody else has watched that fucking movie.
That dude can get along with anyone. He's so cool.
I read on his profile that he's Pro Wrestling's BFF. Confirm or deny?
He is. He's everyone's BFF.
Everyone's BFF. Nick Manawa, if you're listening, you're our BFF now, apparently, according to Nick Iggy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a sweetheart.
You can come talk to us. He can come talk to us, too. I mean,
All right, brass
talk
tacks,
to
Nick.
anybody.
We scratched
Yeah.
the surface. Feelings on Hulk Hogan.
Oh man, no, because I know Jesse hates him.
You're on the spot. I mean, everybody's entitled to their own opinion, even if you're wrong, but...
I don't hate Hulk Hogan. I think he did a lot of good for wrestling. His actual wrestling wasn't anything special.
I'll give you that.
He's got yellow boots, and I got yellow boots, so, like, we're kind of cool. I like Hogan, though. Like, I don't hate him.
I'll give you his contributions to pro wrestling. That's about it, though.
Only thing I liked about Hulk Hogan was when he was Mr. America, because that was funny.
Yeah, that was hilarious.
That was awesome.
And
Zach Gowen got to work with the biggest name of professional wrestling pretty much almost ever.
Gowen,
which was
dude.
Cool for Gowen.
Right? Good for him.
I remember seeing Gowen in TNA, like, maybe 2 weeks before that, and then he just popped up on WWE, and I was like, what in the world?
I didn't like Zach Gowen. He had a shit-eating grin.
That's also because, like, I'm pretty sure during his run with WWE is when he found drugs.
Oh, okay. Well, that's...
Probably.
Yeah.
Did
he shoot him up his
I bought
nose?
a Zach Gowen shirt once. I asked for one for Christmas one year, and I got it.
That's awesome. I didn't even know Zach Gowen shirts existed.
Yeah, it was like a Z and like a D. It wasn't... I don't know why. I was in a dark place.
When I think about the shirts I owned from wrestling just to buy them because I liked wrestling, I'm like, I would never wear... Like, I never wore my HBK shirt that I had.
Oh, I had an HBK shirt that was not appropriate for me to wear, and I...
Well, see, I had, like, Christian HBK, and I was like, I'm not going to wear this.
I had shirtless Shawn Michaels doing the pose, and I'm pretty sure people...
Nice.
Yeah, people thought there was something...
That's hilarious.
No, like, all, like, middle school, and, like, I even think elementary school, some, like, I only wore wrestling shirts.
Same.
Like, that's all I wore, but they were larges. And I don't even, like, a large is too big for me now. So in middle school and, like, elementary school, I don't know what was going on with that.
Well, when you're a kid, you don't really care.
I bought at KB Toys. They had like a Stone Cold shirt and like action figure or DVD pack. They had like that, and then Kmart was still selling Stone Cold shirts. I had 3 shirts that I kept in rotation every night. They were sleeveless Stone Cold shirts that I slept in, and they were the most comfortable shirts I've ever owned. And I wish I could find them again.
Dude, I even wore wrestling shirts of wrestlers. I didn't give a shit about like Goldberg. Like, if it was laundry day and I didn't have a wrestling shirt to wear, chances are I went with Goldberg. Yeah.
I think I hate Goldberg just as much as I hate Hulk Hogan.
Really?
Yeah, because he was reckless and he ruined Bret Hart's career. And even though Bret Hart pisses me off a lot of the times outside of the ring, it's still like you could have not kicked him in the head.
That's
and
true.
also been a good wrestler and also not brought, tribal tats to the world.
Yeah.
Because that's when that explosion happened on white dudes.
I was never a Goldberg guy.
I wasn't a big fan either.
Speaking of, what's your favorite WCW match?
I'd probably one of my favorites is probably Dean Malenko versus Ultimo Dragon at Starrcade '96. I think that was a classic. The Best of 7 series with Benoit and Booker was amazing. I'm kidding. I know this is a rib because Kerry told you to ask.
I was about to say, you're right. Kerry's totally going to pop for this.
No, like, growing up, I just watched WWF.
Now,
WWE, like,
were
that's
you,
all I watched.
Was that by choice, or was it like you were kind of just oblivious to the fact that WCW and ECW were there, or was it just like, this is the only thing, this is the only wrestling?
No, like, I knew of them. Like, I watched WWE all the time, and the reason I didn't watch WCW is because I'm like, no, F that. Like, I'm a diehard WWE fan. I'm not going to give them ratings. So, stupid like that.
I get
like,
it.
If you're either one or the other, like, you're either really strong with one or you're just like, I'll watch both. I don't know. And ECW, when I watched ECW, it was, like, very choppy. Like,
you're used to the production value of WWF.
TV. Say what?
You're used to the production value of WWF at the time, so it's hard to go back and forth. Even WCW looked kind of weird if you were a WWF kid. Yeah. So I get it.
Well, dude, like, the only time I switched over to watch WCW was it had to be Christmas time, and I don't know who was in the ring. I think it was Ernest the Cat Miller was in the ring.
Great
and
choice.
Perry Saturn came out dressed as Santa and just started chucking candy canes at the dude. It might have been vice versa, where the other one was Santa. But then there was another time where it was like a cage on top of a cage on top of a cage.
I remember
and then,
that.
like, all these people, like, running in and out, and I'm like, this is chaotic. It's cool, but, like, I'm going to go watch
Yeah, they did.
WWE. I'm going to watch, like, Hardy Boy or Crash Holly.
Crash Holly.
I'm going to watch hardcore wrestling, real hardcore wrestling, not ECW. That's a joke. But, you know, like, WWE's like, oh, we'll do hardcore.
See, I actually didn't. I wasn't allowed to watch wrestling until I was in like 7th grade. So the first night I saw Monday Night Raw was the simulcast with WCW. So I watched all my WCW on VHS from Hollywood Video and Blockbuster. So
oh man!
Yeah, so that's how I got everything, and just like reading stuff through magazines and like the limited internet I had at the time. So that's where I got all of my old WCW, and then I would go to Hastings and I bought like ECW Barely Legal and all that kind of stuff. Anything I could get ECW my hands on. So that's how I got to watch all that. Is I just had I was spoiled rotten from my grandmother, and she would buy me like wrestling DVDs and stuff because she knew I was really into it. So
man, that's so cool.
Yeah.
I've got a question for you, Nick. So
yes,
you grew up watching WWF at the time. WWF.
Yeah, can we just like lay down a law? Are we going to call it WWE right now or WWF?
I'm calling it WWF for.
Well, it depends on the time period.
Okay, then we'll just do it based on time period.
Yeah,
okay,
because
that works.
when was it? 2002 when they were cutting the shrubbery and get the F out. Remember that stupid commercial?
I always told myself if I ever ended up on something like this and the time period called for it, I wasn't going to call it WWE. I was going to call it WWF because that's what it was.
Well, yeah, and then like when they got rid of the F, Judgment Day.
Was
I guess
here.
2002.
Yep.
It was in that, and it was the first WWE pay-per-view.
Yep. Were
and I
you
was
there?
like, oh, this is so awesome. This is history.
Were you there?
Yeah, of
We
course.
were all there.
We
Hair
were all
versus hair
there.
match, Hell in a Cell match.
We were friends before we even knew it, Nick.
Right, we probably sat next to each other.
Oh, I was in the nosebleeds, so.
I was
Well,
I was on the floor behind commentary in the back row.
I was somewhere in the middle.
See,
Never the worst seats, but never the best seats.
Right.
Yeah.
Nosebleeds were awesome that night.
I bet it probably looked really good in the cell match.
Yeah.
I couldn't see everything where I was sitting at.
All right. So my question: you grew up a WWF kid. At what point? I mean, to be trained to be a professional wrestler, you probably obviously got trained around the Nashville area, correct?
Yep.
When did you find local wrestling, and what did you think when you first saw it? What was your introduction to, like, I guess, like Nashville wrestling?
Well, like, because I didn't know about indies. Like, I didn't know anything about independent wrestling, so my introduction was, I was like maybe, I don't know how old I was when I started training. I wish I knew, like 20 maybe.
Okay.
I guess 19, 20, because if I'm 25 now and I've been wrestling 5 years, and I just looked online for like Nashville wrestling because you would catch it every now and then on Comcast or whatever station it's
Like
on.
UPN,
I don't know,
whatever,
man.
like
Right.
the random.
Local channels.
Some stations,
Yeah.
some local channels. Thank you. And I'd watch a little and be like, that's okay. But because it's not the big broadcast, you don't think much of it.
Right.
But then I was like, man, I really want to do this. So I contacted like whoever was running Saw at the time. I think Mike Cersei had something to do with it.
Okay.
Because I was looking through old emails from an old email account today, actually, and I messaged someone, and I was like, "Hey, Mr. Cersei, blah 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 blah," and he gave me information for Chase Stevens.
That sounds about
and back
right.
then, I didn't know who Chase Stevens was. I was like, "Okay, cool." I didn't hit him up. So then, like a year later, I hit him up again, and it was Reno Riggins. And I was like, "Hey, Reno, I'd like to be a wrestler, blah, 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 blah." And he told me, pay this much, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, come to the show this Friday, tell me if you like it. And I sat there and I watched it, and I was like, oh, it wasn't that good. Because, like, Nashville, it was the Stadium Inn,
Right.
really run-down place. And I'm like, but if it's a way to get my foot in the door, then cool. So my first experience was, like, Stadium Inn.
USWO wrestling.
Man.
And, like, I didn't know anything about all these big indie hubs or anything like that until I met Kerry. And the funny thing with Kerry is I used to be, like, a big fish in a small pond in Nashville. Like, I was the Mid-American heavyweight, NWA Mid-American heavyweight champion. And I was talking with Dyron Flynn, and Kerry was there. And he was talking to someone, and they were, like, giving each other advice. And Kerry was, like, maybe a year in. And Dyron leans over to me, and he goes, it's the blind leading the blind. And now Kerry's, like, opened my eyes to everything, and he's leading me now. Like, I wouldn't be doing any of this without Kerry, because I wouldn't know indies or how to get to the next indie or, like, any of that stuff. So that's kind of a funny story. That is like, oh, it's the blind leading the blind. I don't know anything about independent wrestling. And he's like, oh, I know everything.
That's really strange.
Yeah.
But awesome.
Right?
It's like the perfect pairing.
Who would have known we would have been tagging?
I'm pretty sure the first time I saw you wrestle was for Crossfire. You did Crossfire, right?
I worked 7.
Yes, you did.
Man, that was one of my favorite matches.
I remember that match. I was sitting in the balcony of the fairgrounds, and I watched that. And I think I had read something about you, and then I want to say maybe I had talked to Kerry before, or maybe Brett had told me something about you. And then I was like, okay, I know this guy. I'll watch this match. Or, like, I know of this guy, and I knew who 7 was vaguely. But, yeah, that was a really good match.
Well, I was really happy. And I got the win on that guy. I was like, oh, my gosh.
And that was when you were what you told me not to call you earlier.
Oh, you can call me the Magic Man now. Like, I used to go by the Magic Man, Nick Iggy. But it had nothing to do with who I was.
Right.
It's not that there was anything to me. I came out with a big sign that said Iggy. That's what I had. But, like, I came out to Magic by D.O.B. So then they started calling me the Magic Man. I'm like, okay, it's something.
Yeah, let's roll with it.
You should have thrown
better than the sign guy, Nick Iggy.
You should have thrown like pixie dust at people.
Ooh.
Oh, and then Tinkerbell would have came out, and then I could have been like Super Disney.
Yep. Which we're both
years later
giant Disney fans. Apparently, is what Kerry told me about you, and then I knew because you guys pulled the. I've seen like what was it, Toy Story.
Yeah.
Stuff. Didn't you come out to the You Got a Friend in Me or something like that?
Yeah. Pop punk version. Like, we did the whole kid gimmick, which was kind of roughly like, oh, this could be like a Disney movie.
Yep. Yeah. You guys had the comics and stuff too, which I thought was really cool.
Yeah.
I had the comic books. Me and my buddy Joe Carroll sat down and wrote them. And we had this other guy, Timothy Rudolph. Timothy Rudolph. That did the art for it and everything. So, like, we had 2 issues, and they were awesome.
Yeah, I still have one somewhere. I think it's the second issue.
I wish we still made them. Like, I guess I could leak this now because it's not ever going to happen. But we were going to have a 3rd issue, and we were going to have, like, the Hooligans. I forget who else, but my buddy Joe, like, he does some independent movies and television, and like works in the film industry a little bit. Mm-hmm. And he was supposed to do some film with Rob Van Dam, which fell through. But he kept his contact information, and he hit him up. He's like, "Hey, would you be interested? Be okay if like we put you in this comic book and everything?" And he was all down for it, like no money or anything.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
He's like, "Yeah, you can use my likeness," and I was like, "Man, that would have been so dope."
Dope and RVD.
Like, oh. That's good. That's nice catch.
Oh, I get it.
But, but the costs were too high. I'm trying too hard.
So you couldn't weed through anything to cut the costs?
The best thing we could have done is, like, made it black and white. But it's a comic book, and we were colorful characters when we were Molina's dog. And I'm like, I don't want to do black and white. It just,
you definitely need some green in there.
Black and white and want to buy it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Walking Dead's extremely successful, and it's black and white.
Yeah, but that's like a darker thing. Like, we're exciting and colorful characters, and hey, we're, look at us. So I didn't want to be black and white. We thought about one time, like, doing, like, a coloring book, like, color your own, but...
That would actually have been awesome.
Yeah, but then...
Well, we
just didn't.
You guys are darker now. You have your Carney comic.
We're super dark. But doing a comic book now wouldn't make sense.
Yeah. So I wanted to touch on the Down South Dandy thing. Do you want to kind of talk about how you came up with that? Because, like we talked about, you guys did The Boy and His Dog, and then it was just like this turn to stabbing Brett in the eye with a nail file.
Yeah, I mean, we were doing The Boy and His Dog. It was really comedy heavy and comedy based and, fun and games, but no one took us seriously. I guess people took Carrie more seriously because, like, you could kind of take a dog seriously and a vicious dog, but you're never going to take a boy seriously.
Right.
So, like, you know what? We were getting bookings, like, one-offs. Like, oh, we'll bring you in. Oh, that was cool to see one time. We're not going to bring you back. Because you're not going to build stories off, like, a boy and his dog and take that seriously and want to see that build. It's like Santino. Or any comedy act. Like Adam Rose. Like, it's funny to watch.
It's
but
got a shelf life, though.
There's no long term.
Right.
Yeah.
So, we're like, okay, let's turn it a little. And at first, after it was the boy and his dog, and then I just stopped being the boy, and I was just like, I'm Limitless Nick Iggy. Because I always thought the name Limitless was cool.
Yeah.
When I saw the movie, I was like, oh, like, that'd be a good moniker, Limitless. But then I'm like, I'm not really limitless. Let's be honest. I can't do a lot of... If you hear Limitless, you're going to expect someone to do flips and, like, really death-defying stuff.
Right.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
Like, I'm someone that likes to get dressed up and do my hair and all that and, like, I guess, take care of myself. So that's kind of where the Down South Dandy came from, because on American Horror Story Season 4, there's a character named Dandy Mott, and he's a real dandy, cares about his looks and his appearance and is always well kept, but he's got this really dark side to him. And that's what our gimmick is based off now, is Twisty and Dandy, because Twisty is this killer clown, bringing it back to the clowns, and Dandy is this overprivileged guy that can have anything, and when you have everything, it's like, well, nothing's interesting anymore. But then he's introduced to murder, and he's like, well, this is awesome. So, in a way, Carrie's the masked, vicious monster, and I'm like, oh, teaching me the language of the violence. And that's where, like, the nail file comes. So I like having one really well-kept prep guy, but those underlining, like, serial killer tendencies. Kind of like Patrick Bateman.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking before you said that. That's a really good reference.
Yeah. You should. It's kind of like a mix of Patrick Bateman, Dandy Mott from American Horror Story, and Dexter.
Okay.
You should rub pomade in people's eyes.
Ooh.
You can have that for free.
That would suck.
Why would I waste pomade?
That's true.
Expensive.
Yo, I can hook you up with some Suavecito.
Yeah, you could fix your hair right afterwards. Just get the cheap kind.
Yo, my barber, he gets these giant tubs of Suavecito. I'm sure he could cut you a deal.
Yeah. Or you can just get the cheap Old Navy kind and put it in a better tub.
Yeah,
and just use it.
I actually don't use pomade. Everyone thinks I use pomade, but I just use, like, regular gel. Pomade, it moves around too much. I use hair gel that's, like, hard as a rock. Like, that keeps my hair in place.
I guess
if you
wrestling,
watch most of my matches, my hair will look almost the same before and after.
That's wild.
But, well, now you need to switch to pomade so you can fix it in the middle of the match and get somebody in the eyes with it, and then fix your hair real quick.
Like a one-time thing.
Yeah. Just every once in a while.
That. Yeah, no, I think that'd be cool, though. It's something different.
Yeah.
And it works with the gimmick.
And then you have a comb. Get you a nice comb and just rake people with it.
Ooh.
Man, I used to maybe my second year in the business, I was working heel for a little bit down in Lewisburg, Tennessee. And it was like a compact comb, but when you opened it, like, you pushed it out and the comb came out, and it was a mirror on the other side. And I'd come out, like, looking at myself, combing my hair, and it wasn't Down South Dandy. I was just like, I think I'm adorable. Yeah, it was just like, I'm better looking than everyone, basically. When I do that, like, take the brush, gouge their eyes out,
So the second time I saw you wrestle, it was after Team IOU had already formed, and it was where was it? It was Scott Hall, Kevin Nash, and Cody Hall were there.
Yeah, it was a Summer Fest.
Yeah, it was
Kerry versus Hammerjack and Brian Christopher, right?
Yeah, and I think that's the first time we actually met. And you guys had to work heel that night, I guess, because of the bigger names, correct?
Yep.
And I thought you guys...
I think it's because Brian Christopher was there, so they wanted, because everyone knows him, they want him to be the big baby.
Right.
Yeah.
Which makes sense.
Yeah.
But I thought you guys as a heel tag team, when you were like super bratty, was gold. And Kerry was like fake pissing on people like a dog. That shit was gold.
It was fun.
It looked like a lot of fun. And I also remember hearing a story about Brian Christopher trying to sit on people's faces with a leg drop.
With the hip-hop drop?
Ooh.
Yep.
I've heard about that. And I think I took the hip-hop drop.
I think I watched Kerry
know.
just like kind of blind tag you in for it.
Yeah.
Sit.
But he didn't sit on my face, which is a good thing.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure you could get something from that. There's no way the son of Jerry the King Lawler is not carrying something.
Right? Uh-oh. No.
Uh-oh. Memphis Heat.
Uh-oh. Ooh, got heat, bud.
Look, I read Jerry Lawler's WWE book in like middle school, and it was filthy. It was just him talking about getting laid, like all throughout it.
So it was pretty much just an issue of Playboy without the pictures.
Yes, it was basically him talking about wrestling and then just like having sex with people. And it's like, okay,
Wrestling while having sex?
huh?
Was he wrestling while having sex? Was he having
No.
sex in the matches, but no one
No.
could see it?
Yes.
No, at least not with Kaufman.
Oh. Oh, terrible.
R.I.P.
Terrible.
So even though Brett's my boy, I think the nail file is a great touch. What makes a man want to stab a man in the eye with a nail file, though?
It's cool.
What doesn't?
I mean, you're right.
Yeah, what doesn't, like... it's like people shouldn't be able to look at me. When you're this attractive, you want to take that away from them.
That makes sense.
You don't want to give them the honor to look at this. And now he has one eye, which is like, I guess that's cool. Like, he's the Zach Gowen of eyes.
God.
Tenacious B.
Yeah.
Um,
Now he's just Brett's son because I took his eye out. No,
That's good.
You
That's
get it?
good.
no,
That's good.
we laughed.
That's good.
Okay, that was good. I'm not funny.
I called him Bretty Wop.
Sidebar. My brother told me this joke the other day. So Fetty Wap is thinking about switching to dubstep, and he's going to change his name to Fetty Wap. Wap, 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 wap.
All right. Well, we'll see you, Nick. It's been a good conversation.
Oh, I tell the corniest jokes, and I'm the only one that laughs at them.
Oh. Yeah, that was a rough one.
Yeah, that was dad joke status.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I'm total dad joke status. Like, that is all I tell. I love dad jokes to death.
Prove it.
Well, I can't right now. Okay, a termite walks into a bar and asks, is the bartender here? Because the bar is made of wood, and he's going to eat it.
Oh.
So he wants it to be tender.
Oh,
he's eating it.
God.
I didn't even get that one.
I didn't either.
I get it now.
Explaining a joke is like dissecting a dead frog. Explaining a joke is like dissecting a frog. You understand it better, but it dies in the process.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
That doesn't make sense.
It happens. I'm not funny, though. Like, I'll tell everyone, like, oh, I'm hilarious, but I know I'm not.
When you told that joke, Chris and I both kind of looked at each other like you kind of just shit the bed, so...
But
that was funny in itself.
I'm a joke snob because I studied comedy, so... which is also, not really. That's actually just an inside joke of mine with myself, where I just say I studied comedy whenever I make a joke.
I'm not laughing.
I know. No one does.
I think that's terrible.
That's my favorite part of that joke. I'm the only one who gets
podcasting.
So, you guys are pretty well traveled. You just did the, not too long ago, you did the FIP, what was it, the 6-man showcase?
6-man showcase, yes.
It was Team IU and Jake Durden, correct?
Dirty Jake Durden, representing Proving Ground Pro.
You guys took that home for Proving Ground Pro. How did that feel?
Wow. Incredible. It's like kind of where there's no way to kind of explain that, because it was kind of unexpected, but it was awesome to know that we've been busting our ass for so long and that we finally got something, and we got some sort of recognition, being like, okay, these guys are good. They're not just a random tag team.
Now, how did you guys get teamed up with Jake? That was through Proving Ground, right? He's from Proving Ground?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure FIP and Trevin contacted the promotions and was like, who do you want to come down to represent your company? So fortunately it was us and Jake.
Was that the first time Team IU teamed with Jake Durden?
It was the first time.
Well, it seemed pretty successful.
Yes. I mean, we won. That whole weekend was awesome.
Who all was there? It was you guys and Jake, the Viking War Party, right?
Viking War Party, the Hooligans and Bo Bronson. You had Davey Vega, Ethan Case, Rude Boy Riley. Man, there was just so many people there that I can't think of them all right now. But it was like the top tiers of indie wrestling right now. Corey Hollis.
He was actually just at Ring of Honor.
Yeah, man, him and I don't know his name. I'm terrible with names. That's one thing that you'll know about me.
It's okay. That's
like
probably.
I honestly I'm like Carrie's like talking about someone. I'm like, who's that? He's like, dude, we were on the show with him last week, and I was like, what did he look like?
Draw me a picture.
Is that tough for you in
I'm like,
locker
pull him
rooms?
up on Facebook.
What's his Twitter handle?
That's what wrestlers are going to be known. That's going to be the thing in the back.
That was a thing on TV for a while.
We're going to be known by our Twitter handles?
Being known by Twitter.
Well,
handles.
I think it was on. I'm pretty sure it was on WWE when they'd come out. They had like a Twitter handle.
Oh
on there for
yeah,
a while.
they do. They might still do that. I don't pay attention. Remember when they wanted us all to tout?
John Schuyler was his name.
On Ring of Honor?
I'm pretty sure.
I don't remember. I'm bad with
I don't
everything.
know if that was his name. Are you talking about Ring of Honor or NXT?
Ring of Honor.
Oh man, never mind. Sorry,
yeah, I was like, that name doesn't ring a bell, but I mean,
I was thinking about NXT, man. My bad.
It's cool. It happens.
We all think about NXT all the time.
Yeah.
So
it's wonderful.
I hear through me that you guys are trying to go to Japan, which is what I keep telling Carrie to do. I just tell him you guys need to head to Japan.
But yeah, we'd love to.
Yeah, it's not that easy, but I'm I'm wishing it out there. I'm putting out the good vibes for you. So,
well, please do. You want to, fund it and everything?
Well,
if you really want to see us there.
I can't fund it, but I have been known to say that I want something to show up on Netflix, and then it magically does. So I think I have some sort of power.
And he does have the New Japan Network, so
yeah, they sent me an email, and it's all in Japanese, and I hope it's not telling me that they've raised the price of New Japan World, because I won't know.
I'm pretty sure it's a contract for Team IOU.
Yeah, but I think that's what it is. I'll forward it to Carrie, and you guys can go over it and just sign it.
Learn Japanese.
I need to. That's a language because when things go to shit around here, that's where I'm headed, because the wrestling's still good.
That's actually like the best reason.
That's
things are going to shit. Where am I going to go? Oh, Japan, because of the wrestling.
Canada's. There's going to be an influx, and while there's still good wrestling, I can go watch Japanese wrestling, watch their crazy anime, and collect cool action figures. So, win-win.
That sounds genius.
Yeah.
Canada was my go-to, pretty much just for wrestling, and I don't think I've ever seen an unattractive Canadian woman, so think about it.
Bret Hart's ex-wife was not very pretty.
I don't remember what she looks like, so she doesn't exist.
Most of the Hart women aren't very pretty.
Don't know what they look like, so they don't exist.
They all kind of look like Stu.
That's a good way to look at it.
You gonna look at it right now?
No, so that's a good way to look at it. Like,
I thought you said you were gonna take a look at it. When you think about it, Trish Stratus.
That's true.
That's where I'm stopping, because that's the only place you need to go.
Oh, isn't Celine Dion Canadian?
Yeah, I think she's French-Canadian.
I don't think she's attractive.
I was like, that's an interesting choice that you were excited
Yeah.
about Celine Dion. But yeah, she's not. She's somebody's mom that would she probably would feed good stuff at sleepovers, but she's not very pretty. Like, if she wasn't a singer and she was just somebody's mom, she would, rent you the good video games and get you the good food and leave you alone.
She's a cool mom.
Yeah. Celine Dion's a cool mom. And she has our endorsement on the podcast.
Titanic was a great movie.
I didn't watch
Oh,
Titanic.
yeah. No, I just watched it, maybe a year or two ago.
Really?
I was like a baby.
Dude, James Cameron can't write a movie for shit. Avatar sucked. Terminator's good, but the soundtrack doesn't really hold up. I actually don't really like the movie Aliens because I wanted all the characters except for Ridley to die. I have a problem with James Cameron.
Spoiler alert!
It's 2015. Well, I said I just wanted them all to die. I didn't say they did die. I don't remember who dies because I tuned out of that movie. Thing that everyone should learn about me on the podcast is if I really like something, I really like it, but if I dislike something, I hate it. And that goes for people. I either like people or I just hope that they don't exist anymore.
Where am I on that?
Well, you're on the like people right now because you're hilarious, and we've just bullshitted for 50 minutes about nothing.
No. We agreed that I'm not funny at all. I just think I am.
No, but when you're not telling jokes, you're funny. You're like my son.
Okay.
When he's telling a joke, it makes no sense and it's terrible. But when he's just being himself, he's hilarious. And I should know because I study comedy.
I'm cool with that.
So where are you guys wrestling coming up? I was really hoping you were just going to rattle off. I have no clue. I really expected that.
I'm sure
we are. What week is this? What's day?
December 1st. Most wonderful time of the year.
It's the most wonderful. SWF in Tullahoma, Tennessee is on Fridays. That's every Friday.
Right.
We're going to be at Empire Pro in Rossville, Georgia, the 5th. We're going to be in Emerge in Columbus, Indiana on the 12th. And then Proving Ground Pro, which is who we won the 6-man showcase for, on December 19th. And then December 27th, we're at AWE in Atlanta, Georgia.
That's on Sundays, correct?
That's on Sundays, correct.
Yeah, and I've heard good things about that place, a lot of
awesome,
good stuff.
Man.
Now, since
they got good things, the locker room's incredible.
Are they still? They're not at the Masquerade anymore, are they?
No, they are at the Quad, the Legacy.
Okay.
It's called the Legacy at the Quad or the Quad at the Legacy, so I'm never sure which to call it. I just usually call it the Legacy.
Okay. I always thought seeing wrestling at the Masquerade would be really cool. I went there for a lot of hardcore shows, and I went there in August for a huge show. And do you remember where they did the last show? Which part of the venue they did the last AWE show in?
No, I just know it was in the building.
Was it?
I don't know how to describe it.
Okay.
Are you talking about at the Quad, the Legacy?
No, at the Masquerade. Was it downstairs or was it upstairs?
I'm pretty sure it was upstairs.
Man, that's a big.
Well, because we worked there. It was the last time they're running. I don't know if the Masquerade's closing down or if it was just the last time they're doing wrestling there.
Yeah, they're tearing it down.
Are they? I thought they stopped that.
No, they're tearing it down. I'm pretty sure they're tearing it down.
Okay, then yeah, we were the last ones there.
That's awesome.
and they had that show maybe like 2 months ago, maybe.
Yeah.
That was cool. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was. I don't know. It was like ground level with like the street.
Okay.
So I don't know if there's an upstairs.
There's like
another upstairs.
There's 3 levels. There's heaven, hell, and purgatory. So.
Probably the middle one. Oh, no, yeah. No, it wasn't upstairs, because I remember there were stairs going up. So it had to have been, like... We weren't at the top. Because I do remember walking by, like, a set of stairs, so we couldn't have been at the very top.
Okay. So Team IOU was not at the top at AWE.
Team IOU is not at the top. Yeah, we are.
You guys were just there this past Sunday, right?
Yes.
Who did you wrestle this past Sunday?
Oh, man, it was us, Jimmy Rave, Murder One, and Iceberg. And then we worked, again, I'm bad with names, William Huckabee, Siler, Adrian, man, guys, I hate not remembering names.
It's okay. You just we'll get you a book so you can write down who you wrestled every time.
Literally,
when
like,
you get asked.
Doesn't Huckabee have a tag team partner?
Joe Black.
Okay. I'm
He was
leading
not
you
there,
in.
though.
Do what?
He was not there.
He was not there. He was not present. Joe Black was not there.
He was not present.
So you didn't meet Joe Black. That was a movie.
You did what?
I'm sorry. I'm making myself pop. I just made I think it was a Brad Pitt movie reference.
I think it was,
Meet
actually.
Joe Black. Was he the devil or something? Who knows?
I don't know.
I never watched it. I just know stuff about dumb movies.
Owen Knight was one of the other guys. And the other guy was like in NXT. Like, he did NXT stuff. I'm looking on Facebook right now just because I feel bad for not...
Was his name Martin?
Martin! I don't know, Martin Stone.
There we go. We got it.
Man. Thank you so much.
I got you, Nick.
I'm bad with names. Like, I'm good at keeping dates in my phone. Carrie goes out and gets the bookings, and I'm the one that's like... I'm the secretary, basically. I keep a hold of all the dates. I handle, like, how much trans is going to be, all that good stuff.
So you're like the secretary and treasurer.
Yeah, he sounds like me in that kind of stuff. I wouldn't be the one who would be able to go out and talk to people to get... Like, he's the me of the podcast, while you're the one who's handling getting the people on and stuff.
Dude,
because of my anxiety.
Making sure everything stays together.
Yeah.
Dude, I used to have the biggest fear of talking to people, and then I was like, fuck it. The worst they can say is no, and then I just look like a fool, which 9 times out of 10 I look like a fool anyway.
See, I had a big fear of talking to people.
Super sociable.
And then I went to talk to Paul Rudd, and he okey-doked me, so...
Paul Rudd fucked us.
Yeah, he didn't want to be on the podcast.
I would not want to talk to anyone ever again.
It hurt. And then I told a guy in a Bullet Club shirt or hoodie to listen to the podcast, and he wasn't mean to me, so, you know,
Good.
faith in humanity restored at Disney's Hollywood Studios.
You
That
know,
would have been terrible.
if you were here, we could do what we did with Jeremiah, and we could get a nice little 2-carny picture, but you live far away now.
Well, you're going to have to come out and see us, and then we'll get a 2-carny picture.
Maybe we will. Is that an invite?
That's a demand.
Ooh.
Uh-oh.
You gonna bring me a 2-carny me shirt? Carrie was supposed to get one from you, and I was actually gonna pay for it, but we both forgot.
Yeah, we've got plenty.
Still have the white
We
on the
actually don't
black.
have a whole lot, but, like, we have enough. Like,
You don't have a lot because
We got-
they're selling like hotcakes. You gotta
Right.
sell your stuff
we've
up,
been
man.
selling them pretty good. Like, fortunately.
It's a great shirt.
Yeah.
Carrie showed me the design, and I was just like, "Fuck, that's brilliant."
Little known fact, that little hand there, my hand trace.
Ooh.
Wow.
Nice
That's
little-
so
And
stupid.
that's a kick out at 2 exclusive, fellas.
Yep.
I was pretty curious. I don't think we asked Carrie this. You guys have held quite a few tag team championships, right?
I think only 2.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought it'd have been more than that.
No, we had like the NWA Southern tag team titles, and then like the Proving Ground Pro tag titles.
Really? For some reason I thought it was more.
Yeah.
I mean, we do, like, a lot of places we go, they don't have tag titles.
Yeah.
Like, because a lot of places, we're pretty much the only tag team. And sometimes it'll just be, we'll throw these guys together to give them a match.
Well, that's sad.
Yeah, man.
Because tag team wrestling is the best.
Yeah.
Tag team wrestling is incredible. And it's been slept on for quite some time, and it's still being slept on. We're trying to wake people up from it.
I feel like it's at a boom right now.
It's starting to get there. It's waking up a little more. Like
As opposed to, like, the
more.
past 10 years, it's like, it's at a peak.
Yeah.
Favorite tag team?
Of all time?
Yeah, sure.
Probably have to go with the Hardy Boys.
Solid choice. Favorite current tag team aside from Team IOU?
Oh, man. I mean, like, are we talking, like, anywhere?
Yeah.
Anywhere.
Just who you enjoy watching the best.
I feel like I have to go with the Bucks.
Bucks are a solid choice.
Like entertainment-wise, I'd go with New Day. Because those dudes are, like...
Yeah.
Not even match-wise. Just, like, them as people.
Pure entertainment.
Oh, so entertaining.
Well, here
I can watch them for hours.
I'm the biggest Big E fan. I talk about it all the time. I want him to be heavyweight champion. So I think he's one of the more underrated actual workers. I think for
definitely.
what he can do.
I love his work. He's dope, man.
He needs to stop doing that dive through the middle ropes though before he fucks his hips. Nick Foley style.
Yeah, right?
It's scary.
That worries me every time.
So if the people want to find you, where can they find you?
Well, my address is...
For snail mail purposes.
You have a P.O. box, right?
I meant to come visit me.
Oh, well, we're on our way in that case.
Come on, boys. You can find me. Here's my Twitter handle, because I think that's what you guys are most worried about.
Mm-hmm.
It is Nick Iggy. That's Nick. Oh, actually, no, that's not it.
You don't even know it.
That's because it's so hard.
He's going to change it tonight.
No, I wish I could change it to Nick Iggy. But someone else already took it, and he follows ESPN, and has no followers, and doesn't have a picture. So I can't get that handle, and I'm so pissed about that.
Just get Nick Iggy to best.
Or Nick Iggy IOU.
I'm the best. I'm the best. I'm the best. You heard that song?
Yes, I know what that.
Okay, I'm so glad you do.
Yeah.
It's perfect.
My mind automatically goes to the worst rap battle ever.
Well, it goes to both of them. I'm the best. I told you that. But do like that. He running from the cat.
I love you guys.
We love you too.
We love you too.
No, my Twitter handle is actually Iggy, like IGGY, like me, not Azalea. Then NJ210.
Because you're from New Jersey.
Because I'm from New Jersey, or my name is Nicholas James. So it's kind of like double shot.
Wait, are you from New Jersey? That was a joke.
I am. No, I am.
Oh.
I was born in New Jersey.
You're no down
idea.
south dandy.
I was born there. I moved to Tennessee when I was 2.
All right.
Okay.
So, but I'm still born in New Jersey.
Gotcha.
How do you say your last name? Never mind.
Wait,
Don't
what?
say that. Don't say that. I forgot things. What's your Instagram?
My Instagram, that is Nick Iggy. That's Nick Iggy. My Instagram, I think my Snapchat's Nick Iggy.
Second wrestler to plug Snapchat.
Yeah. First big Plunkett.
I don't even use it that
Brett
much.
did.
Yeah, you Snapchatted me on my birthday. It was a birthday poop.
Well, yeah, when I was pooping.
Yeah,
I'll tell
you and I
everyone
are
I
the
was
same
pooping.
person.
Yeah,
Because
it's like,
all my Instagram videos are me saying something while I'm pooping.
saying what?
All my Instagram videos, when I take a video, is usually me sitting there pooping and coming up with an idea. Yeah. I'll tell you off the air so no one steals it. Some of my ideas I come up with about life while I was pooping and what.
No, but everyone wants to hear it. It's
Well, no,
groundbreaking
because this is a way for me to make money, and I don't want anybody to steal it from me. But
How do you know
can-
Nick's not going to steal it? He's a carny.
Yeah, I don't think he will.
Oh no! Of course I wouldn't do that.
But
Where can we find Team IOU shirts?
Team IOU shirts. You can go to prowrestlingtees.com. Team IOU. I think /Team IOU. Sometimes we type it in and it works. Sometimes it doesn't. So just search for us on there.
Yeah.
You can come to live events and get those, which is always awesome. Find me on Facebook. Go to Team IOU's YouTube channel.
Yeah.
This is YouTube/Team IOU.
I know
we
for
have Twitter.
Go ahead.
Wait, go to the Team IOU's Twitter is just @Team IOU.
Pretty simple.
We're trying to get more followers.
Yeah, I've been tweeting that out for you guys.
I follow the Team IOU Twitter. I follow Carrie and
Oh,
everything.
do it.
I didn't know there was a Twitter, so we'll go follow it.
I've been doing it the cheap way. Like, I've been just going to different promotions and, like, finding people that follow that promotion. And I'm just like, follow.
Brother. Every time Raw comes on, look at what city it is. #Raw that city. Helping you out. Helping you out.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I like that.
That's what I do every Monday.
Man, you're genius.
I mean, you know.
I'm stealing it.
Do it. I'm pretty sure I stole that from What a Maneuver, so.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Everything's stolen. We're all carnies.
It's true. You guys post...
That's how dirty you are.
I'm pretty fucking dirty. I'm pretty fucking greasy, Nick.
I'm not that greasy or dirty, but I have probably the worst mouth out of it. I say things that are terrible about people. And
okay. I was like, what's wrong with your mouth? Like,
no, I brush.
Do you have halitosis?
No, I brush my teeth pretty good. I once had a dentist tell me there's not much wrong in a mouth like that, and I had to stop and go, wait, what? And I already didn't like the dentist.
Like that.
Yeah, not much wrong in a mouth like that. I was like, hold on, brother. You're gonna fuck me, are you?
You'll never have a dentist bill in your life.
God.
Put the gas on you and you fell asleep.
No, I never do the gas.
What movie was that?
Were they?
With Charlie Day and Jason Sudeikis.
Oh, Horrible Bosses. Yeah.
Yes. Sorry, didn't mean to cut you off. What were you saying?
I don't.
I got fucked by a dentist, apparently.
No, I didn't. I don't do the gas.
Oh, yeah, you did. No, you definitely did.
I'm straight edge, bro. Can't do the gas. True till death, even at the dentist. True till dentist.
True till dentist. That's awesome.
Terrible. I hate it.
On the YouTube, you guys post matches pretty regularly, right?
We try. It's not always on our page. Or it's not always us that uploads them.
Right.
Usually, a lot of the times, the promotion will upload them. But if you follow us on Twitter and Facebook, like, once they're posted, we'll get them out there.
Okay. Yeah, because I feel
should go ahead and just start like a. I'm terrible with these names too. Like not like a group, but like a thing on YouTube where a playlist. Yeah. I nailed it.
You got it, Nick.
To the cross.
Oh God. Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
A playlist of like just our matches with like different channels. I think that'd be a smart idea.
Make it happen.
Yeah, that actually would be a good idea.
Then you got that Japan money.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we going to Japan?
You taking us with you? It's fucked up, Nick.
Spirit?
Well, I mean, if we can pay for the tickets, then we can just stay in those tiny hotel rooms with you.
I bet those things are expensive.
You don't have to buy anything.
Dude, imagine a Japanese hotel room being split 4 ways.
Oh, no, not gonna happen.
That would be the smelliest hotel room ever.
Apparently, they really, really love KFC in Japan.
Like I said, that'd be the
Dude,
smelliest hotel room.
I was a Mrs. Winters guy. R.I.P. to the franchise. Greatest of all time.
Well, it died for a reason, because the Colonel said, F you.
No. The Church's Chicken bought them out, which is awful. I don't like Church's.
I don't like Church's either.
So that's Popeyes.
Popeyes
You don't like
is good.
Church's for church.
That's what I meant.
If it has a church in it, it's terrible, is what you're saying.
I mean, I don't know how many people this is going to offend, but yeah.
I'm indifferent.
You gotta offend people.
Religion's cool, just not for me.
Yeah, no, I hear you on that.
We're just cracking wise here on the Kick Out at 2 podcast for any of our Christian fans.
That's like, right? Speaking of Christian fans, actually, this is not for them, but if you're listening, cover your ears. Like, you're saying, like, church is cool, but it's not for you. That's like saying, like, dick is cool, but it's not for you. Like, that's not, you don't want dick, but, like, girls like it, so...
It's cool for them.
It's not something yeah, it's cool for them. Like, take it. But, like, for you as a man...
I prefer not to take it.
For other dudes, like, if you're into that, like, I support it 100%. With, the church people are going to get mad that I support that 100%.
I think you just said to go to church like you'd take a dick, is what you just said.
Go to church like you take a dick. Like, put all your emphasis in it.
And with that, we're going to have to cut this interview because we're running long anyways, and I don't think there's a better way to end that.
You've given me my favorite podcast that we've done, hands down.
Oh man, and you're gonna do part 2 with Brett?
Well,
That'd be a better one. I'm just kidding.
No, we're
we'll
doing part 2 with you.
And we'd like to have you and Carrie on at the same time. And
Yeah.
just see how loud that one gets.
We have some good stories that we can share.
Oh man,
We do.
I want to put that on a shirt.
What? Go to church like you're taking a dick?
Yep.
Yeah, go ahead, do it, man.
Could that be the next Team IOU shirt?
I don't know about that.
What about? I heard somebody in your family bought a Team IOU shirt.
My mother bought a Team IOU shirt. She wants to support us. We had 4 shirts on pro wrestling tees that she could have chosen from. An Adventure Time parody, a High C parody, the 2 Carney parody, and then one that says, I got tag teamed by Team IOU, and all I got was this lousy shirt. And I don't think she understood that it was kind of like a double meaning, and I'm not going to tell her that.
Yeah, some things are better left
unsaid. I
unsaid.
hope she doesn't listen to this.
And let's hope she doesn't wear it to church.
Right? But she's basically saying, like, she got tag teamed by her son and his tag team partner.
You didn't have to explain it.
Who portrays a dog?
No, I explain everything. It makes it funnier because he's like, why did he do that? Did he have to explain it? No, I didn't, but I want.
You had to.
You had to.
Somebody out there wouldn't get it.
Yeah, and with that...
That was the best way to end this.
That's the best way to end this. This was the Kick Out at 2 podcast, episode, 8 or 9?
I don't
I
even
think it's
know.
8. I don't know. Number 8.
I know that for a fact.
It's number 8. We made it
Great.
2 months in. And we'll see you guys later.